Phanerosis, Daniel's symbolical death and resurrection. The vision being apparent, Daniel is alone after his companions have fled. At this crisis, the relation between the prophet and the man is peculiar. Daniel occupies the position of one dead. His vigor was turned into corruption, and he retained no strength. He was in a deep sleep on his face toward the ground, and destitute of breath. Chapters 10, verses 8, 9, and 17. While in this symbolic death, the symbolical man, the symbolical associate of which is Michael, one of the chief princes, was near him. The man uttered his voice, a voice to be responded to by the dead. John 5, verses 25 through 29. Daniel 12, verse 2. And Daniel heard it. When I heard the voice of his words, saith he, then was I in a deep sleep on my face. After the voice had woken him to consciousness, the power of the man raised him from his prostrate condition. A hand touched me, said he, which raised me upon my knees and the palms of my hands. This is the attitude of a man in the act of rising up from sleep on or in the ground after he had awoke. He was then told to stand upright, for that the man of the vision was sent unto him. He was sent of the Spirit to communicate to him certain things after his symbolical resurrection, for the things communicated in their crisis are to be accomplished after the literal resurrection of Daniel and his people by Michael the great prince at the end of the 1,335 days. Chapter 12, verses 1, 2, 12, and 13. Hearing the command to stand upright, he obeyed, and says, I stood trembling. He was now alone in the presence of the august vision, from which his attendants fled to hide themselves. He trembled, for though raised and erect upon his feet, he was not yet in power. But the man who had raised him from the ground came again to him, and touched him, and said to him, O man, greatly beloved, fear not. Peace be unto thee. Be strong, yea, be strong. Then Daniel no longer feared and trembled, but became symbolically incorruptible, immortal, strong. For when the man of the one Spirit had spoken to him, thus he says, I was strengthened, and said, Let my Adon, Lord, speak, for thou hast strengthened me. Here then was Daniel's Lord in vision, seen also by Moses, Joshua, Isaiah, and Ezekiel. They all saw him as a man. The Spirit assumed this appearance in vision, and to represent to Daniel his future manifestation through the Son of David as Prince of Israel, he, the Spirit, associates himself with the Archangel Michael, whom he styles Daniel's Prince. Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me, saith the Spirit, and I remained there on one side of the kings of Persia. I will show that which is noted in the Scripture of truth. And there is none that holdeth with me in these things, but Michael, your prince. This concludes this section.